We've introduced a lot of new ideas and concepts this week, so I thought it might be useful to have a little recap lecture just to go over the fundamentals of what we've introduced. So, remember that when we're calling subroutines, arguments are placed in A0, A1, A2 and A3. So the A registers are not alone used for the return values anymore for printing to screen. They are also used for function arguments of subroutines, so that's something we'll need to be wary of going forward. The same with return values. We're not just using V0 and V1 or V0 as a port register for system calls. We're also using it to return values to when we're writing subroutines. So these are all things that we need to now be wary of now that we have this new information. And the return address is always stored in the register RA. Now remember that the return address is a value from the program counter, which tells you where in the program you were before you called the subroutine. So that's something that's very important to understand. That's what the return address is and what it's doing. And now with that in mind, when we call a subroutine, we use jump in link label. And when the subroutine returns to the caller, it uses jump register to RA. Now these two are linked because jump in link, the linking part of that instruction, is linking the program counter just after it to RA. So wherever the address of the jump and link instruction is by the program counter is measuring, it will store the value of that plus 4 in the return address so that we can return to our program where we were when we call jump JR to RA. As well as that, we have responsibilities divided between the subroutine and the caller. So the subroutine must preserve S0 to S7, the return address, the stack pointer, the frame pointer and the global pointer. And on the other hand, the callers must not assume that T0 to T9, A0 to A3, V0 or V1 are preserved by the call. They might be preserved by the call, but you can't be guaranteed that, so there is always a chance that you'll crash it. So when you're writing subroutines, you must make sure that you save the preserved registers if you're manipulating them at all. And if you're calling a subroutine, you must assume that if there's any values in your temporary registers, that they'll be overwritten, so you should store them somewhere else. The stack pointer is stored in SP. We'll be getting onto that next week and how we use that, what we use it for, but this week you don't need to worry about that. And the frame pointer is stored in FP and the global pointer in GP, but we won't be covering those in this course. That's everything for today. This is just a quick overview so you don't have to go through all the videos to see what's happening here. Hope this was useful. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Thanks.